All right, this one should be very short. I can't keep them short. But notice I've managed to keeping the swearing to a bare minimum. You notice that, right? I get some props for that, don't I? You know, I'm not trying not to swear, but oh my God. Okay, so 1984, George Orwell and A Stranger in a Strange Land. Man, I read those as a youth, right? It was like back in the 80s. Yeah, actually, yeah, I was in the 80s, very early 80s when I first read those. Required reading. Um, and it's all coming to pass because this future speak, right? Ron Paul is dangerous. His foreign policy of peace and trade is dangerous. Our policy of war, therefore, is safety. We'll keep you safe with war. Are you buying that? Apparently, some of my, I know people that are. Right? Okay. And then let's see, trading with them, open trade and free markets. That's isolationist. So you're a dangerous isolationist if you believe that we should bring the troops home, quit bombing people, maybe build some infrastructure in other countries once we get our own house cleaned up, rather than bomb other countries and then pay corporations to go build stuff that we just bombed. Why don't we trade with them first? Seems to be working for the Chinese. And I'm no big fan of China, make no mistake. Right? Those people, I mean, anyway, we've got a better way. But at the same time, they're trading, and we're going to war. And now, again, you fools. They fooled you with weapons of mass destruction not just 10 years ago, and they're going to fool you with weapons of mass destruction again. And how'd that whole Iraq thing work out for you? Did you lay enough blood and treasure on the altar of war there? Now you want to go lay more blood and treasure on the altar of war in Iran. That's going to be safer than peace. Now, think about it. And again, the whole war thing is a smokescreen. The main thing is the Federal Reserve. The main thing is all the money, right? If you had a silver dime in 1964, a dime was made out of silver. The thing's worth about $2.50, depending. So, 5 dimes, gee, that'll buy a lot, actually, right? I mean, you can get lunch for 2-3 dimes. You can buy a gallon of gas for 2 dimes. Oh no, you can't, because now they're slugs. Right, our treasury is issuing slugs, and the currency is loaned to us, right, at interest from a private corporation. That's the main thing. That's how we fund these wars. This is how we're going to be able to go to war with Iran. This is how we're going to be able to go to war in Africa. This is how we're going to be able to continue these ridiculous, endless wars, is because of this debt system. And now we're into trillions. Trillions. Right? 20 years ago, trillions, that was, right? Now a million is nothing. Right? Now they're billionaires. And think how many millions that is. Right? Most people can't tell you how many millions is a billion. Right? Again, the math. They don't have the math. Right? The idea is the whole war thing, the drug war, the gay rights, the abortion, all of that those are the minor issues. The main thing is killing the damn Fed, because you don't have liberty and freedom if your money is debt. One more time, gold, the money of kings, silver, the money of commerce and gentlemen, barter, the money of peasants, debt, the money of slaves, and every dollar in our circulation right now, the circulation of our currency, or the currency in circulation, is debt. So the only guy talking about getting rid of the Federal Reserve and maybe having sound money and having some, money competition is Ron Paul. So they're stealing elections, and apparently some people are okay with that. And he should have like an overwhelming number of no question how many delegates he has when it comes time to nominate. That he has so many more delegates than anybody else. And instead they're going to keep running this dog and pony show on antique media. But it's Romney, it's Santorum. Okay, well, they decided maybe we can't get Gingrich in there. Right, so, okay, Bachmann's out. Right, Perry, he got ripped off too. he's going to be out. And they're gonna try and dance around and tell you that, look, we picked this guy out for you. Even when it was 50% in Iowa, and it'll probably be more than 50% in a lot of other places, and they're still going to try and rig it. In other words, we got to get up to like 90%. And the only way you guys are going to be able to cover this is if you do serious, exit polling. Who did you vote for? Right? And, there's going to be a lot of people that prefer not to say, but there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be very, very proud to say they voted for Ron Paul. So when, a family of four who all went and voted for Ron Paul, this is a story out of New Hampshire from last time, and they go in and they look and they see, hey, nobody voted for Ron Paul in our district or in our area, and yet we went and voted, so obviously our votes weren't counted. That's just four, but how many times does that happen? So you need to have some record keeping and exit polling, and then you need to not stand for it, and then there needs to be investigation, and people need to go to jail. It's against the law, right? Vote fraud is illegal. And it's very simple. We enforce the laws we already have, or we slide down the road that they're taking us on, right? We're already pretty much a nation of men, not a nation of laws. And that's what separated us from everybody else. Like, I'm getting choked up. Right? Our Constitution and our adherence to self-governance and the law, enforcing contracts. I'm already going on too far, but that's what separated us from everybody else. And that's out the window now. Are you going to leave this to your children? What are you leaving to your kids? See, why am I doing this? Because one day my kids are going to ask me, what did you do? And at least I'll be able to say, I didn't keep silent.